everybody sour. What's the best? That is why we bring him back Jonah. How you mean? He will deliver. Everybody. He will deliver. He will deliver. You don't know. People wanted change, so we give them change. No, it's big horrors. They wanted dollars.
Unemployment high, for people go slow. For this country growth, and the sea must go.
How you mean?
We will deliver.
We are the NNP.
NNP will
Everybody.
We will deliver.
We are the NNP.
NNP will deliver.
Grenada in Shida is our. No house. Poverty rising by the hour. What? You don't see everybody sour. What's your face? That is why we bring him back Jonah. Every time.
Smile again.
Smile again.
For yet no investment, casino betterment. Only promising, but nothing happening.
Well, how me country run is of great concern. Grenada fall down, so let Jonah return. We are the NNP.
We will deliver.
We are the NNP.
NNP will deliver.
We are the NNP. How you mean?
We will deliver.
We are the NNP.
NNP will deliver.
Want the poverty rising by the hour. Things bad. You don't see everybody sour. What's this? That is why we bring him back Jonah. He will deliver. He will deliver. He will deliver. He will deliver.
Olambe, MNP and Bola. Paris, Modest, Boston and Delma.
Who again? Who again? Nimrod, Clement and Oliver. Who again? Clifton, Bowen, Alexandra. 15.
Nicky still W, me brother.
I said 15.
And Big Dog as the Prime Minister.
Yo, yo. We are the NNP.
We will deliver.
We are the NNP. How you mean?
We will deliver.
We are the NNP.
We will deliver.
We are the NNP.
NNP will deliver.
Grenada in Shida is our.
We will deliver.
Poverty rising by the hour.
We will deliver.
You don't see everybody sour.
We will deliver.
That is why we bring him back Jonah. He will deliver. He will deliver. He will deliver. He will deliver. We are the NNP.
We will deliver.
We are the NNP. How you mean?
We will deliver.
We are the NNP.
We will deliver.
We are the NNP.
Yes, indeed, we will.
Grenada in Shida is our.
We will deliver.
Poverty rising by the hour.
440-737-7, those are the numbers for you to get onto the inside of this morning's program. As again, my name is Sheldon Scott. Devon will not be with us this morning. He'll not be joining us. He has other business that he has to take care of this morning. So we gave him a little blind. We tell him he go get a little time off so he could take a little day and do what he had to do and that kind of thing, right? Good. So 347-329-3101 for those of you outside of Grenada. Yeah, I'm wondering what's happening with the live because some people are asking me if we're going live today because I'm not seeing the notification myself. So I'm pretty sure most of you are not seeing the notification either. So we'll sort that out in a short while for you. Yeah, we'll have that sorted out in a short while for you. All right. Yeah, let me just make sure everything going okay on that, and then we won't come right back today. You understand? Nice. Yeah, we have to make sure that everything is sorted out properly with that for you. Nice.
The new national party is going, and the party for Allah will win, and then next thing, keep going, 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 progress, keep going, success, keep going, NNP, keep going, all are we, keep going, NNP, keep going, democracy, keep going, prosperity, keep going, stability, free food, free water, more infrastructure, health for agriculture, so we could live better, business development and foreign investment, so for Grenada come, let the progress go on, go green, go green, go green, go green, show green, more green, go green, go green, go green, go green, go green, show green, more green, go green, tell them say we don't want no change, we don't want the country rearrange, tell them don't take that backward step and next thing you regret, so stay with NNP for more stability, 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 for more stability. NNP, NNP,
All right, let me say a special good morning to Linda out there in Aruba. Aina, good morning to you. Augustine, good morning to you as well. Rihanna, a special glorious Grenadian good morning for you as well, yeah?
The other day, everybody singing one song. What is the election coming there? You know who they're voting for.
Why are you all telling me smile?
Let me hear.
I smile sometimes. I'm sometimes on my smiles. Now, it's very interesting. I've been listening to various discussions and reading the various discussions on social media. I've also been pretty much listening to the radio stations this morning and all of that. And it's very, very interesting. The New National Party had a successful women's convention. Yeah? We had a feature speaker from Zimbabwe, Miss Gertrude. I really, it's difficult to pronounce the surname, so I don't think I would attempt to embarrass myself. But from Zimbabwe, who spoke on women and the energy of women and the resilience of women and so on, and how women have been able to move forward, not just the African continent, but the Caribbean and other countries as well. Yeah? Who spoke of the strength of us as West Indians, in that looking at what happened during the slavery period, and that we had these boatloads of Africans, yeah, that were kidnapped and sold into slavery, and millions were brought over to the Western Hemisphere, from South America to North America and the Caribbean. And in all of that, we had millions who died in the trip, who died on those slave ships. They were too weak and died in the journey, were thrown overboard. But that our forefathers were the strong ones who were able to make that trip on the ships over from Africa to the Western Hemisphere. That our forefathers were resilient, that our forefathers were strong, that our forefathers were the ones that were capable and competent of making that journey and surviving, first of all, the journey, and then being able to survive slavery, because had they not survived, me and you who are listening would not have been here. So it says a lot about the DNA of us, the people in the Caribbean, that us as Afro-Caribbean people and Indo-Caribbean people, because even when the Indian boats, I can't remember the name of the one that came to Grenada, but even when these ships had left India, many people died on those trips coming over from India as well. So it meant that the strongest of the strong were the ones that made it over to the Caribbean. So we have a lot to be thankful for. As a people, our DNA is one of survival. Our DNA is one of strength. Our DNA is one of resilience, no matter the situations that we face. And that we ought to understand this concept of us as Afrocentric and Indocentric West Indians, peoples whose forefathers went through slavery, who went through the Middle Passage, that we ought to take and build on that strength and resilience that was shown there, and that we ought to understand ourselves better, that women in the Caribbean region ought to understand themselves better and know that they were created in the crucible of desperation, yeah, and that crucible of slavery, and that they made it out of it, that our forefathers made it. Had they died in the process, had they died in the Middle Passage, you wouldn't be here right now to listen to this. So you are strong, you are built strong, your DNA comes from strong people. And she put forward that message. But you know what? Nobody focuses on that. Nobody's interested in that message. That message is not important to people in general. It came across on GBN News last night. I didn't hear one person talk about it. I can't tell you what to talk about on a program, you know. I could say what we're talking about on this program. I can't tell you what it is to talk about on a program. GBN News brought that, so people can't say that they didn't hear it. And plus, the persons who were there heard the message from the lady. Yeah? At the meeting itself, after the convention of the women, where there were so many messages, where you had messages that were brought forth about people in the women's convention again, who have sacrificed over the years for the new National Party. Women from all parts of the Tri-Island that were mentioned, who would have made valid contributions. You had the awarding of persons as well, like Cheryl Williams, a fighter on behalf of the party. Me and Cheryl cussing every day, but I love Cheryl. That's my sister. Don't get in between me and you see me and Cheryl quarreling. Don't get in between me and Cheryl thing, because that's my sister, and I know her heart is in the right place and she's trying her very best. And she was awarded until the women get up and they had to sing the party song, because that is Cheryl. Everybody vexed with her, but everybody love Cheryl. Everybody falling out with her, but everybody love Cheryl. So she was awarded. Yeah? And we love her because that's our sister. But nobody speaks about that, because persons tend to like negativity. They want to live on negativity. Yeah? Okay, I'm getting some messages here. I'll deal with that another time. I can't deal with that today. Yeah. So, persons tend to like to deal with negativity. Mobilang. But things to build yourself, you want to deal with that. Don't feel we ain't going to deal with that statement. We'll deal with it. You'll deal with it in a little while. What I'm saying is that there's so much more that came out of the Women's Convention of the new National Party. You have a new president of the women's arm of the new National Party, which puts our party on even stronger footing than we were on before. Senator the Honorable Brenda Hood, a strong lady, a resilient lady. Yeah? A capable and competent lady with a track record of achievement. But you know what? Some people afraid that. They afraid it. So they want to talk about that. They want that to be the discussion, that the women's arm of the new National Party held a very successful convention. A packed hall, all 15 constituencies represented. Yeah? That you had women who came there and left energized to do the work of the new National Party. They want you to talk about that. Because when they had their women's convention a few months ago, yeah? Nobody in the place. You can't hear nothing from them. Only politically convenient they coming out to talk, because, and the only time they coming out to talk is to defend their leader. The women's arm of the National Democratic Congress, something to defend the leader. But now you have the women's arm of the new National Party. It has been doing a lot of work over the past few years, but now you've had them had their convention, and they've come forward with a new executive, new faces and familiar faces that are going to take the women's arm of the party forward. And when you look at the new National Party and you look at its composition, you realize that's a party that doesn't just speak about women's involvement. The other party last election put up one female candidate, token. One female candidate. The new National Party put up several, about 5. All 5 successful. Yeah? Honorable Clarice Modest Kerwin, Honorable Alexandra Otway Noel, Honorable Delma Thomas, Honorable Emlyn Pierre, and we have one more. That was it? Yeah? No? We have another one? Yeah? Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Who am I missing? I'm missing one, you know. Yeah. But sent up some women. Honorable Yolande Bain Hosford. Sent up 5 women, all successful. When you look at the composition of the public service here in Grenada, and you realize that the majority of senior persons in ministries are female. When you look at that barrier that exists in other countries does not exist to women here in Grenada. That barrier that exists to women in different political parties, yeah, that exists in different political parties even here in Grenada does not exist when it comes to women in the new national party. Because the NNP doesn't look at a woman and says that because you are a woman, you are not the person for a job. What the NNP does is it looks at persons and it says, is this the best person for the job? Not if the person is male, not if the person is female. If the person is female, then all the better, you know. You get a bonus. But what you look at is not if a person is male, not if a person is female, but if that person is the best person for a job. And then that person is the person who is forwarded to do that. But instead of focusing on these issues, as in the empowerment of women that we've been seeing in the political arena, yeah, instead of focusing on all of that, some people just want you to focus on one statement that the Prime Minister made. I may not agree or agree with the statement, but that's the only thing that any of you could take from Sunday. That's the only, he spoke for how many minutes, but that's the only thing that you could take from Sunday. The Honorable Oliver Joseph spoke about the state of the economy here in Grenada. He spoke of how glowingly in international circles they are now speaking about Grenada, how they're speaking about how Grenada is a shining example to other countries, how the IMF is telling all other countries that you ought to follow the Grenada model. And you know a thing, because I realize now that the National Democratic Congress has taken this approach now that, oh, the IMF is the devil, and the IMF put in place to make sure that countries stay poor. Then why was Senator Burke working along with the IMF when he was the Minister of Finance? Don't bad talk it and eat it. Because that's what some of you like to do. Bad talk it and eat it. Yeah? Because you're saying that the IMF is a bad thing. You're saying that the IMF is something that people shouldn't be involved with. The IMF reports are there, you know. Any Grenadian can go and read them. imf.org. Go there, in the search engine, type in Grenada, and you're seeing reports from the 1990s come up the road. So you're seeing the reports for when now Senator Burke was the Minister of Finance for Grenada. And you're seeing and hearing of his interaction, even in the first week, his interaction, because as soon as the NDC came in, a tranche of money that the NNP had secured from the IMF due to the economic performance was paid. And you had the same Senator Burke and them jumping up and saying, you see, they trust a new government come in and they trust a new government, and that's why they gave us the money. But it was money that was secured under the NNP administration. Nobody make no fuss, make no talk about it. They leave it alone. But now you have the same people running down the IMF. So IMF good when Mr. Burke is the man in charge of the finances of the country. But when NNP is in power and Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell is the person in charge of the Ministry of Finance, all of a sudden the same IMF that Senator Burke was dealing with is a bad thing? That's what you're trying to tell me? We understand, you know. And I understand perfectly. All the glowing reviews and all that thing is one thing. But what most persons want to know is, how does that affect me at home? We're going to take your calls at 440-7377. I realize I missed about 3 or 4. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. We understand. Because for you, the average person, the guy that driving bus right now, and you're on the road, you have 3 or 4 passengers inside there, and you're wondering how you're buying gas at the end of the day today. You realize that one of your tires getting close to being needed to be replaced. You have to replace one of the tires or all of the tires before the end of the week, possibly, because then you can't go in the terminal because you know the officers and them going to see it and you're going to get charged. And also, you know that you're endangering the lives of the passengers because the tire in that state. So you're wondering now, how does all the glowing reports from the IMF help me? How does that make things better for me as an individual? Well, here's how. With that report, Grenada receives a couple $1 million from the International Monetary Fund. It also means that access to other funding from other funding agencies who see Grenada as having a stable economy, not a Nazim Burke economy where everything was in the negative, but a positive economy with growth, with buoyancy, where people are saying this is a country you should come and invest in. So that outside of the money that's being given directly to Grenada through the International Monetary Fund, you're seeing more and more persons looking to invest and investing and maintaining investments here in Grenada. Let me say it again. Looking to invest, investing, and maintaining. So those who have investments already, continuing and expanding on those investments. For example, you have the Cinnamon Hill Hotel that's expanding, and the busmen would benefit from that because these guys take the bus in the morning to go down to go and do their job, and when they finish they take a bus to go again. So they are putting money into the busman's pocket. But if the economy was in the negative, nobody would be looking to expand. If tourism wasn't growing in Grenada, nobody would be looking to expand their hotel to take in more people. Why would you expand to take in more people when there are not more people coming? So tourism has been expanding and growing, especially with the Pure Grenada branding, has been expanding. So you're seeing more and more people wanting to come into Grenada. So that's one aspect of it. You're seeing the Kimpton Bay, Kawana by Kimpton Bay hotels. That's what used to be flamboyant, that you realize part has already been demolished and work has started on other parts of it. They're actually going to do that into a hotel, something like what you've seen with Sandals, each little room having the little pool and all that kind of thing, hanging over, looking over the ocean. Yeah. And then they're doing a nice little construction down to the lower part there, where the Owl Restaurant, I believe was the name, used to be there. Yeah, they're going to be doing some work down there. They've already cleared out. If you're passing that area recently, you'd realize there's nothing down there again. All of that is gone. But who working there? It's Grenadians. From Mount Long, and La Sagesse, and Rose Hill, and Granans Valley. Grenadians from Ingove Town and Gun Battle, and in St. Mark. It's Grenadians from all over who are working on these projects. So if it's a Gov bus, they get our money off of them. Or it's a bus coming out of Mont Long, they get our money out of them. From wherever, they are the ones that are benefiting. But not only them, the guys earning a living, so they decide they're going to buy a piece of clothes. So somebody that's selling clothes go get a little something. They might buy something for the wife or the girlfriend and the children, so they get a little sale on that too. They might decide that even though they're doing that construction on a weekend, they're going to do some work at home. They're going to expand. They're getting a little money, so they're going to put on a little something additional at home. So they add on a little veranda, or they add on a little patio, or they add on a room, an additional room for the children or for themselves, or something like that. Or they buy a little vehicle because they say, I don't know how to take the bus to come down. I'll go buy a little vehicle. And so the gas stations make a little money and could hire and continue to keep on people that working with them. So when you have the economy buoyant, when you have the economy moving forward in the positive, because these things were not happening when Nazim Burke was the Minister of Finance. You didn't hear about nobody coming and invest in Grenada. They had to basically increase what a Grenadian had asked for. The Grenadians that had owned Sandals Hotel had asked for certain concessions. They did not give the Grenadian those concessions for them to continue ownership of Sandals Hotel. That same Senator Burke did not give the concessions to a Grenadian to continue ownership of what is now Sandals La Source. In other words, they created the environment that La Source had to be sold because their concessions had come to an end and so on. But they gave someone who, because they like to talk about non-Grenadian, I have no problem with Mr. Butch Stewart. In fact, I've met him several times. He's a wonderful gentleman, a nice person to meet. Yeah? But they gave someone who is not a Grenadian more than what the Grenadian was asking for. And they rush in cabinet and do it because they needed a major project before the election. It still didn't help them, but they needed a major project before the election. Nobody said Sandals is an NNP project. Don't get me wrong. Nobody's saying that. And nobody is saying that Mr. Butch Stewart wrong. The man is a businessman. If you get people to do all of that, you realize the election close and they could hold them. Well, hold them and walk them. I agree with him. And that is just what he did. Yeah? And he got a good deal for him, not necessarily for Grenada, but a good deal for him off of the NDC cabinet at the time. Don't blame Peter. He was nowhere wrong when all them kind of thing was taken. Peter and them done outer cabinet and thing gone away and thing already. Right. Yeah? So we have to understand the context in which you're speaking about the IMF. But some people want you to feel it's a bad thing that Grenada's economy is on our eyes. They want you to feel it's a negative thing. It's like the person that comes to you and they say, Sheldon, can you help me find a job? I say, okay, where have you applied? Nowhere. Well, how you expect to find one if you ain't apply anywhere? Where have you applied? What have you? Oh, apply here and apply for this and apply for that. Okay, what are your qualifications? I have none. Have you not thought that probably you need to work on getting some qualifications? Even if you get a position, you can apply still because sometimes they may still take you. But that you ought to, at the same time that you're working on that, work on getting some qualifications. I didn't think about that. Because sometimes we create our own situation of unemployment. Yeah? Sometimes we create the situation for ourselves of unemployment. And we have to learn to get out of that sort of mentality. Yeah? The Honorable Emlyn Pear, she spoke on Sunday as well. And she gave a report on what has been achieved by the new National Party in relation to youth development. And I know she's a person that knows exactly what she's talking about when she speaks about youth. Because the new National Party brought the discussion in relation to youth from the budget for youth used to be about $15,000. That is what the entire budget for the Department of Youth or the Division of Youth, as it used to be at different times. You had the Youth Division or you had the Youth Department at different times. The budget used to be $15,000. That was it. That was the total amount that was spent on youth here in Grenada when the NNP took office in 1995. We brought it to over $30-something million. This NNP administration brought it to over $30-something million. But the people that we took over for in 1995, we took over from, their budget was in the region of $15,000. So by the time you have Youth Month, well, not even the whole of Youth Month, you could probably have Youth Day with that. That was it. Let's go to the phone lines. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Sheldon.
Morning.
Sheldon, let us look at the performance of NNP presently and the performance of NDC when they was in government. Right? You have from an economy in free fall with years of negative growth to one of the fastest growing economy in the region. From high record unemployment over 40% down to 28% was still too high. From not paying salaries on time and selling assets to paying salaries on time, paying $50 million in back pay, paying increment for 2014 to 2016, and pay increases to public officers. From low investors' confidence to over $1 billion in private sector investment projects and creation of thousands of jobs. From deficit to surplus. from political infighting to strong leadership and political unity. 840 million of debt stock removed through debt restructuring, with 500 million saving in debt repayment. Money saved can be spent on education, healthcare, our youth, etc. You have seen significant sector investment in projects, over 1 billion in investment and thousands of job opportunities. You have the marine expansion, the world-class hotel resort, apartment and villa development, expansion of retail malls, St. John's University expansion, call centers. You have growth in tourism, benefit taxi drivers, vendors, large and small business owners, more stay-over visitors, more cruise ship and passengers arrival, more airlift, more room stock. You have new investment in agriculture. You have the lascivious state-of-the-art agro-processing plant, marketing board turnaround, purchasing more from the farmers than before, agriculture production up. You have investment in education and youth, and the youth. Record numbers of scholarship, approximately 700 scholarships awarded to Grenadians. Youth over the past 4 years to a value of $120 million. More school upgrading and refurbished. 25 schools upgrading and refurbished, and a further 6 to be upgraded, rebuilt to a value of $100 million. New libraries being installed in every primary school. Transformation of Tamsisi. Brother Sheldon, this is just some of the achievement of NMP and at this present time. So you could see that the money that this government saved, you see where the money going to? They spend it on the people. Because when investors come here, they don't bring their workers. It's the same Grenadian people that walk in. Alright? So Brother Sheldon, I want to say, the government on the right track. I just have to pray that the government continue to do what they're doing, because we know the Prime Minister and the leader of this country is a leader that cares about people. I want to see everybody in Grenada life improve. Brother Sheldon, have a good day. God bless you.
All right. Thank you. And here's what it is. As a people, sometimes I think we like to major in minors. Yeah? We like to major in the issues that don't affect us as a people. Prime Minister spoke about several things, He spoke about the political climate in Grenada. He mentioned that in roughly 2 weeks, there will be announcements of caretakers for 5 constituencies. St. Andrew Southwest, St. Andrew Northwest, St. Andrew Northeast, St. John, and where was the other one? I can't remember what the other one was. Yeah? But he mentioned that the caretakers for several, and Carriacou and Petit Martinique. So he mentioned that caretakers for 5 constituencies will be announced. Was that being spoken about? Did anybody make an issue out of that or speak about that also? No. But it shows political picong, and that becomes a discussion because we major
Sheldon.
in minors. Good morning. Morning.
Yes, Sheldon. Morning.
Morning.
What I want to say, Ali and Franca Bonarin was inside there when Nazim Bok closed parliament unknown to Grenadians. Why they didn't call on him to come and make apology to Grenadians? Grenadians is still waiting for an answer why he did close it unknown to them. But everything the NMP do, they jump in every night on news, oh, they want apology for what?
My dear,
what they want apology for? Why they didn't tell Nazim Bok they was there? Not to say they was not there, they was there. Why they didn't tell Ali and Nazim Bok come and make apology to the Grenadians and tell them why he closed parliament on them?
My dear, I like to be very, very truthful and factual. Nazim Bok did not close parliament. It was closed by the then Prime Minister, who would have had the power to open or thing. The then Prime Minister could have direct Mr. Burke, who was the leader of government's business, so he had to be the one that was in contact with the clerk. But let's just say that Tillman Thomas was the Prime Minister at the point in time. The blame lay squarely at his feet. Even if he was being manipulated, the blame lay squarely at his feet for keeping the Parliament of Grenada, where the people's business had to be discussed, closed for that period of
And they
time.
never tell nobody why they did it.
Well, they would. Everybody knows why they did it, you know, because they were in such a fragile state that if they had opened Parliament, that would have been the end of them earlier than later. Yeah? The moment they did open Parliament, they know that Mr. Carl Hood or Mr. Michael Church would have bring a motion of no confidence, and that would have been the end of the NDC government. They was afraid. They couldn't open it. They knew that. After asking for Pedro, Senator David and all the others to come together, the first motion of no confidence,
Yeah.
and saying we go work out thing and everything. And when Pedro and the others decided, yes, we're going to support it and so on, and we're going to save the government, the next weekend they went and had the big rally and cussed the same Peter David and others who
Yeah.
voted to keep the government afloat. They cussed Peter David, they come back and they cussed Joe Gilbert and all the people that helped them to keep the government afloat. Mr. Carl Hood say, you see me, Mr. Carl Hood, I belly, he say, I ain't voting to support, I cannot support it. So he abstained. Mr. Michael Church vote, move them. No, I like Churchy. Churchy. But I tell you, I like Mr. Michael Church. Yeah? Mr. Michael Church tell them straight. There's a man with belly. He vote along with the NNP. He voted along with the NNP. And if they had only opened Parliament again, that same Mr. Michael Church had it waiting for them.
Yeah.
So they was afraid. But in the meantime, the people's business was not being discussed and not being brought into the parliament of the country where it legally should have been done. Yeah? 6 months is illegal. 6 months keeping it closed is illegal. All right?
Yeah.
So thank you very much, my dear.
Okay.
Yeah. So Mr. Burke, while he was a leader of government's business and therefore would have had to be the person that was in contact with the clerk of parliament and so saying this is the date that we want the next parliament to open and that kind of thing. Yes, he was in charge of that. At the end of the day, the person was prime minister at the time who should have been directing Mr. Burke was Mr. Tillman Thomas, putting the blame where he's supposed to be. And nobody come and say a line and I misgain people the thing wrong and all kind of thing. No. Take it how we did. All right? 440-7377. That's 440-7377. Also, for those of you that are outside of Grenada, 347-329-3101. Yeah? So much information that came out. $15,000. That is what the budget for youth development in Grenada was. The NNP came in. Then you had the call centers and so that started coming in and a lot of young persons got jobs there. Then you had the Imani program being started and expanded. And then in 2008, man come and tell them, vote for me. That was the end of that. 440-7377. I missed that call. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on the inside. The Grenada National Organization of Women, in collaboration with Engagement, Action, Connection and Health, invites men and women from the Northwest St. Andrew constituency in areas of Lafayette, Mount Horn, Paraclete, Bylands, Dunfermline, Granlette, Paradise, Balthazar and Maribo to participate in a health session. This will be tomorrow from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. at the Mount Horn Community Center. So they'll be doing blood pressure, blood sugar, taking part in conversations on healthy lifestyles. So that is taking place tomorrow at the Mount Horn Community Center. So whether you're male or female, in the St. Andrew Northwest constituency, Lafayette, Mount Horn, Paraclete, Bylands, Dunfermline, Granlette, Paradise, Balthazar, Maribo, etc., etc., right, participate in that session. It starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah? So I'm saying, if we're having a discussion, let's have a reasonable discussion. If they want to discuss Arlene and Teresa and all these kind of things, if you want to discuss that, we could discuss that, you know. We could go down that road. Mobilang and Melee, the phone does be ringing off the hook. But unlike other people, I know it's more important for persons to be listening and understanding the message than lighting up the phone lines. Yeah? That's what is more important to me. Because if we want to say that people have been saying all kind of thing, and people saying this and people saying that and so on, we could talk about disrespect, you know. If we want to talk about disrespect and who disrespectful and who has been disrespectful and that sort of thing, if we want to speak about that, we could go down that road, you know.
As a prime minister, to be behaving as a gutter rat, you know what I mean? We must not be playing this. It is not enough as a prime minister to be behaving as a gutter rat. You know what I mean? We must not be playing these little nasty games.
You understand? We could go down that road. We can go down that road. We could talk about them kind of thing. Eh, Mr. Buck?
It is not enough as a prime minister to be behaving as a gutter rat. You know what I mean? We must not be playing these little nasty games.
Yeah, we could go down that road. That's why we just had to say
Spider! Skinny! The other day, everybody singing one song. What is singing? Exam come in, they know who they're voting for. You have a kind of chorus they were singing. Let me hear. If NDC win again, we cry it. If NDC win again, we ball it. If NDC win again, we cry it. If NDC win again, we ball it. I know. Me partner Tilly meet me, I tell you he vex like hell. He says by that Grenadian go vote back Dr. Mitchell. I said Tilly 5 years now you there, you don't have to vex. And Grenadian people are stupid, they know where to put the X and they singing no OKI. No OKI. Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting? What squad? No OKI. No OKI. Lingan. Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting? Instead of NDC walking to build the country, look how they fighting like dog and cat in their own party. Some NDC supporters say they can't take no more, and they make Tillman get so vexed. Till he fire Joe and they singing no OKI. We are the winning team. We are the winning team. We are the winning team. And we will deliver. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP.
yeah, just had to take a short break there to make a quick call. Yeah, understand? Yeah.
You don't see everybody sour. That is why we bring him back to now.
I'll be right back, yeah?
He will deliver. Everybody, he will deliver. He will deliver. You don't know. People wanted change, so we give them change. Now it's big horrors. They wanted dollars.
Unemployment high, for people go slow, for this country growth, and the sea must go. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. NNP will
Everybody.
NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. NNP will deliver.
Grenada in Shida is our. No hoes. Poverty rising by the hour. You don't see everybody sour. What's your face? That is why we bring him back Jonah. Every time. Smile again. Smile again.
Are you having problems with a government department or statutory body? Have you been a victim of unreasonable delay, abuse of power, unfair procedures, negligence, discrimination, arbitrary or unreasonable procedures? The Ombudsman may be able to give you some help. The Office of the Ombudsman was established to provide assistance to persons who believe that they have suffered injustice or abuse at the hands of officers employed by government ministries or a statutory body. Give us a call today on telephone numbers 435-9315 or 9316, or walk into our offices during the hours of 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. Our motto speaks for itself: justice and fairness for all.
The new national party going and the party for Allah going and mixing and keep going and keep going, keep going and keep going, keep going and keep going, keep going, keep going. Progress, keep going, success, keep going, NNP, keep going. All are we, keep going, NNP, keep going. Democracy, keep going. Prosperity, keep going. Stability, free food, free water, more infrastructure, health for agriculture, so we could live better. Business development and foreign investment. So far Grenada come, let the progress go on. Go green, go green, go green, go green, show green, more green, go green. Go green, go green, go green, go green, show green, more green, go green. Tell them say we don't want no change, we don't want the country rearrange. Tell them don't think that that backward step and next thing you regret. So stay with NMP for more stability, 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 for more stability. Let the progress continue.
Spider, Skinny. On the other day, everybody singing one song. What is the election coming there? You know who they're voting for. You have a kind of chorus they were singing.
Let me hear.
If NDC win again, we cry it. If NDC win again, we ball it. If NDC win again, we cry it. If NDC win again, we ball it. I know.
Me partner Tilly meet me and tell you he vex like hell. He says by the Grenadian go vote back Dr. Mitchell. I said Tilly 5 years now you there, you don't have to vex. And Grenadian people are stupid, they know where to put the X and they singing no cookie eye. No cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me who you voting?
What squad? No cookie eye. No cookie eye. Lindan.
Who you voting? Tell me who you voting?
Instead of NDC walking to build the country. Look how they fighting.
Yeah, all you know one is them kind of call. I had to take the call. That's what I the only way. Let me take this caller. Good. Oh boy, and I missed that call now on the line. Nice. I'm sorry about that, callers. Yeah, listeners, I'm very sorry. I just had to take a call there. But just to let you all know as well, Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will be having a national address on Thursday. So Thursday night, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will be addressing the nation. So you'll be getting more information on that. It'll be on all radio and television stations. And, of course, you'll get it via the Hard Talk Network. We have a call online.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, what going on?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, man, I listen to the program. I enjoy the program.
All right.
Yeah, how sometime in Grenada here, how some people always know when somebody had to make an apology.
But that's the thing, eh?
What double standardness is that?
But you understand the techniques, eh?
Some people could do certain things and it's all right for them. And other people the same thing and it's not all right. Tell them stop that in Grenada. Dr. Mitchell do have no apology to make for nothing. If I say I don't know your name is this, maybe that. If I don't know your name, I don't know your name. You can't tell me I know your name.
Well, listen, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I'll deal with it now.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, brother. Well, I'm still trying to wonder because I listened to Franca Bernardine, Senator Franca Bernardine, and Mr. Vincent Roberts. I listened to them, and I'm concerned. Yeah, I'm seriously concerned. And you know what I'm concerned about? Because it seems from how they were speaking that they were kind of confirming something that's in the mind of a lot of people. I was listening to them. And in my mind, that's what they were doing. Kind of confirming what was in the minds of a lot of people. I mean, I listened to Dr. Mitchell. You take what he said, okay, right? But what does he have to apologize for? Who is Arlene Dowden? Who is Teresa Andrew? You see Teresa Andrew come and say, well, Prime Minister apologize for calling my name on the platform? You saw Arlene Dowden come and apologize and say, Prime Minister apologize for what you said on the platform? And what did he say? He said he don't know the person. So what he had to apologize for? What is he apologizing for? That's the first thing. If we're asking the Prime Minister to apologize, what is he apologizing for? What are you apologizing for? That's what I want to know. Before we reach to the stage of apologizing, what did he do that he have to apologize for? Because I know within the NDC camp, you have a group of individuals, including persons who now trying to put themselves over, who talk about where the church up in certain body orifices. Yeah? I ain't hear them asking them to apologize. I ain't hear them making public statement and going and saying, I see one of them come and say, well, we distance ourselves from the statement when questioned about it. But I ain't see them as an organization call on the individual to retract the statement and apologize. I ain't see them say that. When they make statements about the Prime Minister child, his son, and saying Franca Bernardine stand up in Parliament and giving the impression about the Prime Minister's son is not your own and all sort of thing like that. I didn't see the NDC say Franca apologize. I was sitting down in Parliament, so none of you come in and tell me that she didn't say it. I was sitting down in Parliament when she do it. So none of you can come and tell me that she never did that. I did not see any of the NDCites come out and say, male or female, come out and say that is wrong. You don't do them kind of thing. You don't bring the man children into that kind of thing. When the political leader and others making them kind of statements too, I don't see all the flea-bitten moralists who all of a sudden is the defenders of all kind of thing, jumping up and saying, well, you know, we really shouldn't be saying that as an organization. Let's distance ourselves from that and apologize. No. Because, see, there's a mentality by a certain segment in this country that because they are who they are, that they don't have to answer to anybody for anything. And that's you. Have you ever heard the NDC apologize for anything? Once I call Jenny Rapier on this program, I call her a poodle at time. And I come and apologize. Because I'm a man. Come, I apologize. Because I said Jenny Rapier and I say she's a poodle. I apologize. Yeah? What is Prime Minister apologizing for? Good morning.
Hello?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Is this the Hot Dog program?
Yes, you're a live caller. You're a live caller. Hello? Hello? Okay, it may be the first time that you're calling. I'm hearing the program playing in the background. But when you're calling, it is a live program, but there's a delay because it's being broadcast via the internet. So you need to speak to us on the phone line, yeah? So when I answered and I said, yes, this is the Hard Talk program, you should just go ahead speaking. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Maybe the first time that you're calling the program. So let's explain how it happens. When you call, we have the conversation on your phone and not on the radio. Yeah? The conversation will come over the radio, but we are having that conversation on the phone lines. So speak to me on the phone lines. Okay? Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, Sheldon.
Morning, my dear.
What's up? Devon, good morning.
Yeah, you listening?
And to all my friends out there. They tongue nicely. Nice sunshine. Say hi to Anthony John on the terminal. Dr. John is his... And Sheldon.
Yes, my dear.
I have to tell the Prime Minister you don't have to apologize to who? And for what?
But who you apologizing to?
You don't have to apologize to nobody. To who and to who?
For what?
To who you have to apologize? Why do? When they call him a gutter rat, who apologize to him? Eh? When they say people in prison eating on the garbage bin, shopping it, who apologize to them? Well, I don't understand.
I want to know what he apologizing
for.
All right, my love.
And Patty, good morning in Canada and night in America.
My love,
apologize to who?
I don't understand.
Have a good day, darling.
All right. But seriously, apologize to who? And apologize for what? Listen, Prime Minister would be willing to apologize, you know. But to who and for what? Yeah? Maybe the NDC could answer that. Because calling on people to apologize, always somebody has to apologize for something or the other. Why they do apologize for what they say about people?
Look at the people out there in bushes or that area that's close to the dump. They can't wait to see the trucks go up to the Perseverance. And they come down with grocery bags as if they come out in the supermarket. In the Prime Minister's constituency.
Yeah, who apologizing for that? Brizan, good morning to my good friends out there in Brizan. I hope anytime they have meeting in them areas, the National Democratic Congress, I hope anytime they have meeting there, that they bring that individual. Don't afraid, don't hide. Go in the area where the people and them go in and shop up there.
Look at the people out there in bushes or that area that's close to the dump. They can't wait to see the trucks go up to the Perseverance. and they come down with grocery bags as if they come out in the supermarket. In the Prime Minister's constituency.
Yeah, we want to know who apologizing to the people of that area for them statements. Good morning. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
Sheldon.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Right ahead, I need to talk to you privately after the show, okay?
It might be difficult, but I'll have to give you a call because I have to run out as soon as I'm done today.
Yes.
So I'll have to give you a call.
There is another thing I want to talk about. Let me tell you, I left Grenada. My parents put me on a boat.
One moment. Is it on the issues that we're speaking about this morning or something totally different?
That is different.
No, let's deal with that another day, please. Let's deal with it another day because I'm dealing with something now. Let's deal with that another day. Absolutely no problem dealing with it, but not today.
No, I don't like to hear the disrespect from the Prime Minister.
Okay.
And I'm giving you a version. And nobody, Grenadians are too negative. Look at Grenada today. I came here in 1967. Left England, good job, and came back here. My family thought I was crazy and mental because I was only 30-something years old. Today, look where I am. And that for the first time, I've seen Grenada. Okay, I never wanted Grenada to be like international or whatever, but I couldn't take, it was too primitive. And we are lying. Even when Prime Minister did the traffic lights, people criticize everything that's good to Grenada. It's Grenadians, open your eyes. Open your eyes and don't let this man go.
Okay.
Let him stay. As far as I'm concerned, when I want to spend the rest of my life here. I'm retiring at 80 and do my work, and I want to be in Grenada in that situation. No way. If the opposition get in power, I am leaving Grenada. Okay. And I'm mad to hear them disrespect this Prime Minister. Oh gosh, no man, are you too wicked?
But
open your eyes.
Give me one call after the program. I'll hang around a little bit because I'm realizing now I don't have my diary where I have your number. And I can't see your number in studio. So give me a call as soon as the program is over. You realize I'm off. Give me a call. I'll hang around for a few minutes to take your call because I'm not seeing your number here. Yeah.
I'm going to make a donation, okay, to see that funds are there for creating election. Okay?
Okay. Well, we'll talk now on off air.
Yes.
All right, my dear.
All right.
Thank you very much. Bye. Yes, indeed. 440-7377. Hey, Bourgeois people, Brazan people, who are apologizing to all you. Eh? I wonder if it's that they come in and do.
Look at the people out there in Bushes, that area they're close to the dump. They can't wait to see the trucks go up to the Perseverance. And they come down with grocery bags as if they come out in the supermarket.
We have a call online. Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Hey, how are you doing, sir?
Yeah, good, man.
Yeah, man.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Boy, it's not this interesting and it's disgusting. There's a difference between interesting and disgusting. Eh?
All I have to say to our people at this time is that we're not going down the drain with them. They really, they're in the mode already, and they want to bring us there with them. We're going to campaign and we're going to stick to the issues. You understand? Mm-hmm. We're not going down there with them. They did enough, they say enough. All Grenadians could remember. He did not name, they didn't call Dr. Mitchell in the book. You understand?
But this is the thing. If he wasn't Jonah, well, they start with Stone, then was Jonah, and what they come with the last time, Pharaoh or some kind of stupidness. That one didn't pan out long.
Yeah, man.
So it's okay to call Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell names. It's okay to go on Facebook and lambaste his mother.
Yes.
It's okay to attack his child.
Yes.
It's okay to say things about members of the party.
yes.
The same people who play like the most innocent right now just call me Sheldon. The same people talking about about this level and thing. Damn hypocrite. Say it as it is. Yeah? The same set of people. Now they're playing like the innocent.
Yes.
So who apologizing to people for that statement and present people?
To me. Dr. Mitchell have to apologize to anybody. You understand? Dr. Mitchell don't want any apology. The last time I hear a man lambasting Dr. Mitchell on the radio, who is Kit Mitchell? I don't call him, no, Dr. the Right Honorable. Dr. the Right Honorable, what? Kit Mitchell, see them? Nobody didn't call the radio station and ask that gentleman to apologize to the Prime Minister of the country. Whether you like Dr. Mitchell or not, you have to have respect for the Prime Minister of the country. You understand? Dr. Mitchell they didn't come Prime Minister of Grenada by appointing himself as a Prime Minister. The people of Grenada elected him overwhelmingly. And the reason why the people elected the NNP back into office because NDC had failed. And they had failed miserably. We don't want Grenadian people to forget. And we don't want NDC to forget. They had 11 seats in the House and the Grenadian people voted them out 15-0 because they were so disgusted with them. They were so angry with them. And they are failed government. Now they're trying their best. They see the country coming back to stability. Almost half of the people that used to be sitting home now, they have something to do when the morning comes. And I hear they talking about unemployment. Well, let me talk about unemployment. The unemployment rate in Grenada has dropped because there's much more people working now than 4 years ago. Much more people is working now. When you pass over Grenada, all over where you pass, some new places constructed, some land is been cut down by tractor or some kind of thing, and you could see evidence of progress in the country. The country is moving. Grenada is moving like a nuclear right now. There's no one could say. You understand? So they realize every time Grenada come to a level of stability, that's their job and their duty to come and destabilize things. But we're not falling for that this time because I remember the last time we fell for that. People met me after that and tell me they wanted to cut out the finger and cut out the hand. We're not going back to them days in
Not
Grenada.
at all.
All right. Have a nice day.
Brother. Yeah, I mean, who is apologizing to the people of Brizan and Beaujeu for that kind of thing? Who apologizing to them? Who apologizing? Yeah? And meanwhile, you're saying, well, Dr. Mitchell called me this and Dr. Mitchell called me that. Who is apologizing to Dr. Mitchell? Who is apologizing to him?
As a matter of fact, when you look at those patterns, you wonder if the Prime Minister himself is not suffering from some form of mental illness because his pattern are the patterns of a psychopath. And that's how I would label him. He is definitely a psychopath. He's a bung-away train.
You understand? Yeah. You're crying. The Prime Minister called my name. The Prime Minister called my name. But you're gone calling the man name
As
too.
a matter of fact, when you look at those patterns, you wonder if the Prime Minister himself is not suffering from some form of mental illness because his pattern are the patterns of a psychopath. And that's how I would label him. He is definitely a psychopath. He's a bung-away train.
Yeah, but that's what you have to expect from them, eh? Good morning.
Yes, hello, good morning, Brother Sheldon.
Morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm great.
Good, man. Brother Sheldon, Dr. Mitchell, my Prime Minister, our Prime Minister, would not be apologizing to anybody. Anyone to apologize is Mr. Vincent Roberts, who on the television last night, himself and Ms. Franca Bonadin, running the mouth and their own. Anyone to apologize is Mr. Vincent Roberts. The NDC called Dr. Mitchell all sorts of things. All sorts of names in the book they called Dr. Mitchell. Dr. Mitchell didn't ask for no apology. Not one time. They even go so far to call him what? A prostitute. A political prostitute. Did anybody see anything about it? Dr. Mitchell, you are not apologizing to anybody. Have a nice day.
Hold on, brother, before you go. Hello? Hello? No, but I want to know, and I believe Dr. Mitchell himself would like to know, what is he apologizing for? And who is he apologizing to? Yeah? Who is he apologizing to and for what? What is he apologizing for? Yeah? But you see, the NDC, who apologized to Brenda?
You see the NDC as a possible alternative.
Brenda,
please.
That's not an issue. It's 10 to 10. There are callers calling. Would you like to take questions from them?
Brenda, allow me to deal with the point. Allow me to deal with the point, right? You cannot run this program just by your desires. Allow me to deal with the point.
This is not about me, sir.
So allow me to finish the point. Then
I just told you.
I understand, but I'm saying,
okay, go ahead.
I'm not prepared to take any calls until I answer the question. After I answer the question, then I will take the calls.
Respectfully so.
No. Whether it's GBN or
You're a guest here.
I understand it. So if you want to push me off the show, push me off the show. But I'm saying, then let's not get into a silly argument. Then let's not. No. I'm saying I will not answer any calls until you allow me to make the point. And believe me, that's the way it's going to be. If you want to end the program, end the program. But as long as I have a point to make, allow me to make it as a matter of respect. Yeah? So let's not get into a silly argument. You are wasting time. Yeah?
Yeah, so who is apologizing or who has called for an apology to Miss Brenda Batiste? Who apologizing to Brenda? Brenda? Somebody call Brenda and tell her join the live. Brenda, you get an apology? Anybody ever apologized to you? The organization, the National Democratic Congress, apologized to you? Did the individual, the political leader of the National Democratic Congress that was so rude and uncouth to you on that day, did he apologize to you? Did you receive an apology from anybody for that type of behavior? Because if a person is acting like that, when they're not even in a position to do things to people at a certain level, could you imagine what would happen if they ever get the opportunity? Yeah? Because hear them.
It is not enough as a prime minister to be behaving as a gutter rat. You know what I mean? We must not be playing these little nasty games.
Yeah, so it's okay for certain people to call the PM gutter rat. Yeah? It's okay for them to do things like that. To call the prime minister a gutter rat. That is okay. It's okay for them to cuss women. That is okay. It's okay for them to call him thief. It's okay for them to call him all sorts of names. It's okay for them to make all sorts of accusations against him. But he jokingly makes a reference on a stage and every one of them getting crazy. What is he apologizing for? Qualify and quantify. If you're able to say he has made this statement and what is wrong with the statement that he has made, and as such, because I know that a certain political party, yeah, they went out against Bill number 6. I sat in the Constitutional Reform Committee with the same Claudette Joseph. Hypocrite. Hypocrite. I say in it. Sue me. I sat in the same Constitutional Reform Committee meeting. I was representing the New National Party. I was there. And I believe she was representing the NDC, if I'm not wrong. Because I don't know who she was really representing if it's not the NDC. Yeah? And we discussed that particular issue and it was confirmed. She was there, she was sitting there, where it was confirmed that gay marriage and gay rights was not part of Bill number 6. She was there. She ain't getting information second hand. Nobody sent her email and tell her or WhatsApp and tell her. She was sitting there, all of us together, Dr. Francis Alexis, Mr. Ruggles Ferguson, and Mrs. Sandra Ferguson. All of us were sitting there when these issues were being discussed. And she knew that there was no intention by the committee or government to include gay and lesbian rights as part of Bill number 6. But she went out there along with the National Democratic Congress and fought a battle against Bill number 6 in the constitutional reform process. She went out there and fought a battle against it. But now, all of a sudden, you all are the friends of the gay community? So when it's time and you believe, even though there was no intention and it wasn't going to happen, even though you believed that gays would have gotten certain rights and all kind of thing, you were jumping up. Yeah, gay rights, and they're trying to put this in, and they're trying to do that, and they're trying to put the other, and you knew better. But all of a sudden now, the whole discussion is PM make homophobic statements. What's homophobic about his statements? Who are the homosexuals he was talking about? What are the homosexual statements that he made? Who are the homosexuals he was referring to? Because I didn't hear him make any homophobic statements. I hear him normal pick on the platform. Yeah? He say he here. So what is he apologizing for? What he here? Seriously, what is he apologizing and to whom is he apologizing? Yeah, 440-7377, 347-329-3101. We have a caller.
Morning, Mr. Scott.
Morning.
How are you doing?
I'm great.
You know, the people in rage, you know, because last night, Franca Bernardine confirmed it in Vincent Roberts' presence, and he was ashamed. When she said the Pope say, don't judge people, but you can't tell people how to live their lives. What does she mean by that?
I don't know what she mean by that. We have to ask her. I know nothing about nobody personal
All of them
life.
in NDC know who is she and who is he.
I don't know.
Dr. Mitchell have no apology to make from nobody.
My dear.
Have a good day.
All right, my dear.
Right.
What I had to say is, me don't know. I definitely would not know. I could tell you that. I wouldn't know. All right? Maybe Senator Bernardine knows things that we don't know. Maybe Mr. Vincent Roberts knows things that we don't know. I don't know that. And I wouldn't know that. Because me and in them circles to know that. I wouldn't know it. I'm telling you straight. Yeah? Okay. All right. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. We have a caller. Good morning.
Morning, Brother Sheldon. I'll be very short. Brother Sheldon, it seems to me we want to play shortly and expect...
Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, we want to play shortly and don't want powder fall on our skin. So they can't expect to have these guys and them around and don't expect Picon to come to them. Bye.
All right, brother. Yeah. Hey, by the way, good morning to you, the Honorable Emlyn Pear, the St. Andrew Southeast constituency. They've got their constituency sports meet. You remember the other day you had Telescope and the other, right? Now you have the constituency sports meet. That one going to be hot. That's Saturday, the 17th of June, and it's going to be starting at 2 p.m. at Victoria Park in Grenville. So organize your team, organize your group. Everybody get together. You're heading down there on Saturday, the 17th of June at 2 p.m. That's the St. Andrew Southeast Constituency Sport Meet. All right? Nice. Beautiful. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
I'm hearing you very low, but go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. You have to change the name from NDC to their symbol.
All right, but in case you didn't hear the caller said change the name from NDC to the apology symbol. Whatever the apology symbol is. I don't know if it's the apology symbol. But change it to that. Morning, Hanoi. Hannah, good morning to you. Hey, let me see what's going on the live. Hey, McClatchy, Vic, Chris. Let me see. I'm seeing Vic there. Steve, morning. Adries, Amanda, Ezekiel, Kathleen, Roma, good morning to all of you. Tiffany, I'm seeing Angela, I'm seeing Claudia, Jillian. I think I said good morning to you already. Mongo. Hey, Mongo boy, good morning to you, boy. You saying what going on here? Yeah, man. Good morning.
Good morning, my darling brother.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Senator, everything in order.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine.
All right, go right ahead. You're
fine. This morning when Brenda started, she questioned if the Prime Minister must apologize for what he used Sunday. I come in, I say, good morning, Sister Brenda. How are you?
No, don't give the whole story. Just get directly to the point. Remember, we have other people after call.
Yes,
All right, nice. Yes, so go straight to it.
I tell her, I ask her, if Nazimbok, they apologize when they use, they were especially Women Day, that Sunday, and that day was women's thing. If they apologize to you, I say, all right, I say, goodbye, have a nice day, sweetheart. My Prime Minister must not think she said, oh, Ms. Jacob, what do you think? I say, no, you have to apologize to nobody. And I done. But
I really want to know what he has to apologize
well, that's
for.
What I want to
that's
know
the main
too.
thing. I have a problem in that I don't understand. Okay, you're calling on him to apologize. And these days, every minute is the NDC calling on somebody to apologize for something or the other. Yeah? So I'm asking, what is he being called upon to apologize for?
That's right.
Yeah?
I don't see nothing in that why he apologized for. I'll name they call him. They even say go attack us his mom. Nobody didn't ask for apology. Well, I want to know what the Prime Minister has to apologize for.
Have we seen the Prime Minister crying on a platform or crying on a thing and saying, apologize? If you say something and it's damaging to his character, he just take it to court. Other than that, the kind of things they say about him already, he doesn't bother with half of it. He doesn't bother with 99% of it.
What they
but
say?
The 1% every now and again, you say something totally out of the way,
That's
and
right.
you're consistent with it, he will take legal action.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what I want to know is what you're apologizing for. What
I want to know too.
That you have to apologize for.
I want to know too. And I had to ask that question. You know I go ask the question.
All right.
My brother Sheldon, somebody in Canada already sent a nice gift for me, boy.
All right.
I'm going to tell you of this scene. I want it on there.
Okay, what we going to talk?
Okay, Papa.
All right, you
have a God bless you. God bless you. Love you, sweetheart.
All right, same to you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, so kind of want to know what you have to apologize for. Because if apologies are to start a pass, and if a statement like that is worthy of apology, we have a lot, because a lot of people would have to apologize. If somebody is saying apologize to the LGTB, lesbian, gay, transsexual community or so in Grenada or wherever, if somebody is saying that an apology has to be made to them, then we had to start with Claudette and the whole NDC, you know. We had to start with Claudette and the NDC as an organization that push this agenda about who is this and who is that and who pushing through gay rights and all kind of thing. That's who had to start the apology. If you're talking about apologize to people because of their sexuality and that kind of thing, we will start with the NDC. Yeah? We will start with there. Let's go to the phone line. Good morning.
Hi, Sheldon. Good morning.
Morning.
This is just my observation. They usually come on a Tuesday. Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Yes, Tuesday morning is the opposition time on GBM. This morning they didn't show up. I guess they're vexed because Ms. Brenda said that although Ali say what the Prime Minister said, but he said something else which at least the same thing you would say, trying to correct the Prime Minister, but he's doing the same thing. You know, they didn't show up this morning.
Well, they are their own reasons.
Exactly, but people are stupid. Have a nice day. And Ms. Jacob said she was in May on Sunday. Ms. Jacob, good morning.
All right, my love.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yes, folks, remember Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will be doing an address to the nation. That will be this Thursday at 8 p.m. sharp. Listen to your various radio stations, television stations, online via the Hard Talk Network. You will be able to access it as well. So you'll be able to get it, you'll be able to get it via www.hardtalkgrenada.com and also our Facebook page. And you know we just spread it, so you get it on the NNP Facebook page and all over and thing, right? Nice. Beautiful. We have a call online. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Scott.
Good morning.
Yeah, what really put up about that, the NDC and the cohorts, okay? They've been saying this morning that why they are not, why he should apologize because he is the Prime Minister of Grenada. He's the Prime Minister for all of us, right? But I tell them they did not know he's the Prime Minister of the country and for all of us when they're making all this calling him names. You understand? They just feel that they're the untouchables.
So wait.
They must do it and other people must not.
So Dr. Mitchell is now a human being too.
That's it.
So in the same way that they have been saying things for years, making accusations for years about the gentleman. They have done this to me. in the most derogatory and nasty sense. You wouldn't believe some of the things they've been saying about me personally on this program here. You would not believe some of the things they've been saying about me. Recently, they made accusations about Devon. All of those documentations are in with his lawyers right now. But you wouldn't believe some of the things they've been saying about him, simply because we are bringing out the facts in relation to issues. And now, Prime Minister make a joke, and he had to apologize for the joke that he... No! I want to know what he apologizing and who he apologizing to. Who? Yeah? So if he writing the apology to Arlene Dowden and Teresa Andrew, if he writing an apology to these two people for using the name on the platform. I want to know if his apology, he had to apologize to these two people. What is he apologizing for?
They're too biased, man.
Senator Bernadine kind of give an inclination as to whatever, but that's a different story for a different time.
I go listen over there.
Yeah, no problem. One thing, me ain't no hypocrite. You understand? Me ain't no hypocrite. Right.
As a matter of fact, when you look at those patterns, you wonder if the Prime Minister himself is not suffering from some form of mental illness, because his pattern are the patterns of a psychopath. And that's how I would label him. He is definitely a psychopath. He's a bungaway train.
You understand? Yeah. But nobody ain't apologizing for that. Eh? Who did apologize for this?
I don't know how that short black green gambler could carry that among the garbage. I don't know how that short black green gambler could carry that among the garbage. I don't know how that short black green gambler could carry that among the garbage.
Sorry, I didn't hear the apology for that. Who apologized for that? Who apologized? Yeah? Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yes, Sheldon, good morning. How
I'm
are you?
barely hearing you. Your phone is very low.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine.
But what I have to say this morning, no apology.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, caller. You need to speak up a bit first.
From Dr. Mitchell. Because these callers and them, they call them they apologize party now. But I change the name from the MNC to the apologize party now.
All right, my dear.
Okay?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, even Dr. Mitchell's degrees, they had things to say about the man degrees. Yeah? University lecturer, you know. Doctorate, and they still attack down to the degrees.
It is a question of trust. This is a man who parades himself as a statistician and mathematician. Yet, whenever it comes to figures, he's extremely selective. Anybody who can be precise, telling you 6.81.
Professional designation, you use the word parade.
Yes, because the figures that he often puts out there are quite suspect.
And that's the deputy political leader of the National Democratic Congress, you know. A Grenadian, son of the soil, from Brizan, yeah? Go through university, get a doctorate in a particular field, lecture to people who are working with all the National Space Agency in the United States, otherwise known as NASA, with the U.S. government, working in governments throughout the Caribbean and all over the world, lectured, taught those people the job, yeah? Came back, spent as much time as he has spent as Prime Minister of this country, voted in by the people of the country, and take up gun and do it. The people of the country voted and made sure that he was their Prime Minister. And you disrespect the man degree. What you saying to the poor little black boy that is somewhere in the countryside right now, who is saying to himself, I want to achieve the same things that Dr. Mitchell has achieved. You're saying that achievement is an excuse to try and knock down somebody? Yeah, is that what we're saying? We're going to the, oops, no, wrong one. Yeah, let me just, good morning.
Good morning, Senator Scott.
Morning.
Yeah, I've been listening to you for a little while. Senator Scott, just follow the pattern. They have nothing to say. They have nothing to say. You know? So you have to continue talking about them because they have nothing to say. I know you want to get that straight. Because what Dr. Mitchell said, we all in Grenadians, we all make them type a little joke now and then. They know that. Oh, he's the Prime Minister and he shouldn't make it a joke. If I don't know the man's name, I say I don't know the man's name. Even though I know the man's name and I say I don't know his name. What's wrong with that? Anybody laughing, everybody outside there laughing.
So let me ask a question, eh? Calypsonian Beast does put on a red dress and go in competition and things sometime. Up to the other day,
Yeah.
he did it. So if Dr. Mitchell was on the stage and he saw Beast passing and he said, hey, Beastly, if he had said that, then he's supposed to apologize?
No, they
Is he
have
supposed to
nothing.
apologize if he
Senator
said
Scott,
Beastly?
They're like straw. They are straw. They have nothing to hang on. They have nothing. So that's why they're trying to find a little thing. You know? They have nothing to come forward with. Ask them, instead of talk about the economy and talk about what I'm going to do, they're not talking about those things. All we're talking about Dr. Mitchell. Senator Scott, go back when Dr. Mitchell was in the opposition and he go in the parliament. How they used to call him?
That all kind of name.
They don't even call him his name.
Stone,
Jonah.
Jonah,
So
all
they used to
kind
call
of
him.
Pharaoh. They tried Pharaoh and it didn't stick. They tried Jonah,
Yes.
they tried Stone, they tried all kind of
They
things.
call him all kind of them. The record is there. So don't let the boys confuse you. They go nil is nil they getting. Like how when we used to give people goal like for God, we give 13-0 and 40 is nil, 50-0, 60-0 is nil they getting. So don't study them come with them little minor stupidness. They should be talking about the economy, what Dr. Mitchell do, and what they think they could do better. That's how you talk as an opposition. Dr. Mitchell do this, and we think we could have done this better. Give the people something to go on. You're not giving the Grenadian people nothing to go on, more than melee and confusion. Anyhow,
all right, my brother.
Scott, I'll talk to you.
Thank you. Yes, we have a caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Sheldon. I could talk to you after the program, please.
You would have to give me a call about 10 past because I expect somebody else to call before you.
So 10 past 1?
No. I would know.
Oh, 10 past 12?
Nowhere here, yeah. All
okay,
right, yeah.
thanks.
440737. That's a 44. Let me cut it close to where I had to be for 1 o'clock. 440737. Yeah. That's the kind of thing. Disrespectful. And what does that say? They're talking about young people. I, within this studio, had youth from the NNP Youth Arm come in here and they were speaking with me. The next morning, their political activists on their political radio program, because as usual, NDC is covered, so they go come out and say that is their program. They're trying to make it look like that is his program. Came out and were making statements saying that, don't worry, it's males that day. The song has women, but it's males that day. Came out making those statements about the young men that were on the program here with me. And then they playing more holier than thou right now. You hypocrite. I ain't putting my mouth in bully to talk. You hypocrite. You have no moral authority to talk on this issue. None. So shut up. You lack the moral authority and rectitude to be able to speak on this particular issue. Apologize, we. For what? Hypocrite. What I know is the problem, you know. I know what is the NDC problem. Free political advice. If I was the NDC right now, I'd be focusing on the fact that every time my constituency caretakers go outside of the majority of people that don't even want to interact with them and have nothing to say to them, is the fact that even within the ranks at the NDC base, the majority of persons are saying they don't like, nor want, or are interested in voting for the political leader of the NDC right now. If I was NDC, I'd be focused on that. If I was the NDC, I'd be focused on the fact that a political party that's only there in name right now, barely with anybody inside it, who has stated clearly that they're not even going to put up candidates for the next election, is gaining more traction than the NDC. That more people are saying that they're interested in that party than people are saying they're interested in the NDC. That they are more interested in anything else but the NDC. That the National Democratic Congress, outside of some rank and file, are there because they have a hatred for Dr. Mitchell, or they have a hatred for a person. It's nothing about Bill Country. With them, it's all about hatred. You hear the former clerk of parliament, and when he talking, not clerk, sergeant at arms, and when he talking, you could nearly feel the muscles in the neck stretching like they're about to pop. Keep Mitchell! Like if they get a chance and they could hold on to him, what and what they go do. You listen to their mouthpieces when they're talking, and you could hear the anger, and you could hear the rage, and you could hear the, oh God, if I get a chance and I hold him, what I gonna do to him? Yeah? And the hatred from his head to his toe, from his hair to his face, to his skin color, to the clothes he wear, to the shoes he have on, to how he dance, to how he talk, to what he say, to where he go, to the fact that he go and beat them again 15-0. Just the hatred that coming out from them. Yeah? But if I was NDC, I'd be more worried about other issues, man. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Sheldon. What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm good.
So what I'm saying, down to this morning, I kind of listening to these people and them program.
No, you have to listen.
And down to this morning, I hear these people and them calling in and calling the Prime Minister short, black, and ugly. And they talking about apology. I mean, what's wrong with these people and him? They even get into the point of talking about if they get there, they go jail him and what and what. It's time for these people and get some sense in the head. It's time, man. Come on.
All right, brother.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's even when you hear they're making statements like...
dirty people and so on. And who is more dirty than the NNP? So you see, we're suffering from certain standards or certain principles in this country. And we cannot get it from the NNP under most circumstances. There was a certain prominent woman, I think her name was Sandra Ferguson, who always used to say, we deserve better. And indeed we deserve better. We're not supposed to have this kind of people representing us, Kim. Come on, there are very decent people in Grenada who are indeed deserve better. But what we get in, a bunch of pigs, pardon my expression, and we should not be putting up with that. That's my contribution, Kim. All right.
So who is apologizing to the members of parliament and the NNP supporters who were called pigs? Who is apologizing to them? Yeah? You see the level of discussion that takes place on an NDC platform and on NDC programs and so on? Well, that's not discussion. That's just mobilang. That's what takes place there. Yeah? Who is apologizing? Yeah? Political convenience. That's what some of them does talk. The Claudette Joseph and the rest of them. Political convenience. So attack the constitutional reform process. Claim that the NNP go in and pass pro gay and lesbian legislation, that they go in and legalize this and legalize that and all. And now come back now trying to be the voice of the gay and lesbian community. You know, you remind me, growing up in Trinidad, my brother did electrical work, so I got to know personally a person by the name of Ramesh Lawrence Maraj. Right? And they remind me a lot of Ramesh Lawrence Maraj in some aspects. And I need to say in some aspects. Ramesh Lawrence Maraj was Dole Chady's lawyer after Dole Chady and his gang had murdered an entire family in Williamsville. Ramesh Lawrence Maraj was known as the human rights lawyer. When they want to hang you, Ramesh take your case and he makes sure you don't get hung. Your sentence is commuted to life imprisonment. If you're on a murder charge and that charge may cause you to end up being hung, Ramesh was the man that take your case and end up you get life imprisonment, you get something else and so. Yeah? Ramesh Lawrence Maraj. Then he became the Attorney General and he hung 9 of them that he was the lawyer for. 9. Dole Chady and 8 of you guys. The same man who was the lawyer talking about you mustn't hang and that kind of thing, he became the Attorney General of Trinidad and Tobago and hung the 9 people that he was saying should not be hung as the Attorney General. Claudette, you remind me of Ramesh, but only in that instance. He ain't that good a lawyer, but only in that instance. Yeah? That is the kind of behavior that we're seeing from the end. It's a hypocritical something. They hate what they like. Yeah? I really want to know who's going to apologize to the people of Brazan and Bojeju.
Look at the people out there in Bojeju, that area that close to the dump. They can't wait to see the trucks go up to the Perseverance. And they come down with grocery bags as if they come out in the supermarket. In the Prime Minister's constituency.
Yeah, who's going to apologize for that? Who is going to apologize?
I don't know how that short black green gambler could carry that among the garbage.
And you hear them jumping up. Some of them darker than Dr. Mitchell, but they were jumping up when them kind of statements was being made. My skin black. I proud of it. I ain't bleaching for nobody. You understand? Who's going to apologize for that? I tell you if I was NDC, but we know the problem is statements like...
Are you finding, though, that as you talk to people, are there any real concerns about the leadership of your organization?
Of course.
Because it seems to be cropping up a lot.
Of course, you get that feedback all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be able to deal with it. Okay. Now, you will go certain place in the constituency and in the parish, and they will say to you, okay, well, I don't mind voting for you, but I can't vote for NAS. My issue is that, okay, you can't vote for NAS, but in the first instance, it's not NAS you're voting for.
Mm-hmm.
You're voting for Simmons, or you're voting for Hilaire, or you're voting for Philip.
Exactly. You're going in different parts, and not just the constituency, he said, the constituency and the parish. So we know you're worried about St. Andrew. You should be worried about everywhere. Yeah, not Teresa Andrew. You're worried about St. Andrew. That's what you're worried about. Yeah? And you should be worried. Very worried. Because you have 4 persons that are going to be losing their deposits from the NDC in St. Andrew. Yeah? Because we said this time is not just about beating you, This time is about embarrassing you in the process. Politically, that kind of way. Getting down all the nasty thing. Like when all you're attacking people, children and that kind of thing, under 10 years old. Who apologizes for those kind of things? Yeah? Then coming to give people the impression, wait, they go sue me? Let us sue. Who afraid that? Sumina. They say that's my middle name now is Sumina. The same name now is Ras Sumina. I said, bad promise the Suma said January. We are still waiting. Anyhow, the pressure that they have is that their political leader just ain't got it. He ain't have it. They have to look for excuses to get rid of the guy. Which is why they ain't going and call no convention. You see the NNP? We have had our national convention very successfully. We've had our women's convention very successfully. We have also just had, we're going to be having, our youth convention, and it's going to be very successful again. We'll be giving you more information in the coming weeks in relation to that one. So we are having we are giving you, we are having these different activities and so. And we know that it's stressing out some people in the NDC every time they see a crowd of New National Party people. But not only that, is when you look in the crowd and you realize a lot of people who had on a yellow jersey the last time around, they wearing the green one now. They ain't just coming in, they putting on the green one because they want to send the message. They want you to know that they ain't in all this shoppiness again. Yeah? That Grenada first, party second. That is what they want you to know. So my final message on this particular one. I see somebody signal. Wait there. What do you think there, boy? You put it on the desktop, you there? I thought you were sending something there, Nice, right, yeah. So my final thing on this is simply, I said the man gave me something there. I taken it one time, I put in it on one time. Yeah. My final thing on this is simply this. It is all okay to call on the Prime Minister to apologize. What is he apologizing for? And who is he apologizing to? You already willing to apologize? You're doing a national address Thursday. Might even get the apology in it. But you, Mr. Vincent Robert, you, Senator Bernardine, you, Mr. Ali Dowden, well, I ain't hear the other gentleman talk on this thing yet. Yeah? And you all know me. I've always respected Ali. Even up to last week, I made a caller take back something that he said about young Ali. Yeah? I, on this program, made a caller take back something he said about him. Yeah? We gotta respect him as a young man. I have no problem with that. Yeah? But I would like to know, if you would like the Prime Minister to apologize, what is he apologizing for? An apology only good for people in the NDC, apology not good for the people at areas like Brizan and Bojeju who being accused of things like...
Look at the people out there in Bojeju, or that area that close to the dump. They can't wait to see the trucks go up to the Perseverance, and they come down with grocery bags as if they come out in the supermarket. In the Prime Minister's constituency.
Let me WhatsApp that to some of my friends up in Brizan. Yeah, I think I'll WhatsApp that. I'll send that to all my friends in Brizan and that kind of thing. All you, anybody wanted, give me a little call. I'll send it to all you and thing, because I want to make sure Brizan, Bojeju people and Northwest people hear exactly what is being said about them. Yeah? So it's okay to make them kind of statements, eh? So the people at Brizan and Bojeju is nobody. They don't deserve apology too. Yeah? I hope that the lady that make that statement go today and apologize to them. I hope they go and apologize to them. Yeah? It's okay.
Dirty people and so on. And who is more dirty than the NNP? So you see, we're suffering from certain standards or certain principle in this country. And we cannot get it from the NNP under most circumstances. There was a certain prominent woman, I think her name was Sandra Ferguson, who always used to say, we deserve better. And indeed we deserve better. We're not supposed to have this kind of people representing us, Kim. Come on, there are very decent people in Grenada who are indeed deserve better. But what we get in, a bunch of pigs, pardon my expression, and we should not be putting up with that. That's my contribution, Kim.
Yeah, so who is apologizing for that? Yeah? And Mr. Dowden, are you willing to apologize? And I'll tell you to who and for what that you have to apologize. Are you willing to apologize to the Prime Minister of this country for calling him a psychopath? Because I'm pretty sure that you don't have any documentation, medically or otherwise, to prove that the Prime Minister of this country is mentally unstable or a psychopath. Yeah? So do you or are you willing to apologize?
As a matter of fact, when you look at those patterns, you wonder if the Prime Minister himself is not suffering from some form of mental illness, because his pattern are the patterns of a psychopath. And that's how I would label him. He is definitely a psychopath. He's a bung away train.
Yeah, he's a brung. Yeah, we know he brung. We know for a fact that he brung too. Yeah, he a brung bung away. Yeah, we know he brung. You don't have to tell us, we know. Yeah? Or are you, as an organization, willing to apologize for statements that were made on your platform?
I don't know how that short black green gambler could carry that among the garbage.
We'll take our final call and then we're out of here. Good morning.
Rasumina.
Well, you know it goes 4 minutes after, so we had to wrap it quick.
You go pay me for that day. But let me ask a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
From before you just played there about calling the people in Brizan, technically call them vagrants. Shouldn't they be coming out to tell the people how they could change that standard of life for them?
No, they're not interested in that.
Move?
They're not interested in that. Prime Minister could say that he hears certain people being called certain names, and they want him to apologize for that. So he mustn't hear people saying that this is the name of the people. Yeah? He can't say that. But they must be able to say, like if it's a fact that they see people going in the garbage heap and coming down with things like groceries. Yeah? That is the level that they have degraded the people of Brizan and Bojeju to. That is what the NDC as an organization on their paid radio program that they are paying for. That is what they have brought the people of Brizan and Bojeju to. That is what they're saying about them. Yeah?
Wow.
That's what they're saying about them. The NDC as an organization and their mouthpiece. That is not the people, somebody meet you on the street and say that. That is on an NDC program that they say they're paying for and they admit they're paying for. They don't open the phone lines like us. But they're paying for. And that is what they're saying about the people in Northwest.
Well, I'm also guessing that they're not going to go up there looking for any votes.
Boy, I hear they're going there this evening, you know. I hear they're going there today, you know. I hear advertising for them. I hear they're going there today, you know. Brazan people, you all have a question to ask them, eh? And I hope that the individual who's saying that stop being a coward. I hope that she brave enough to go and stand up in front of the people in Brazan and go and tell the people and them, look, I hear this about all you and this is how we go deal with it. I hope that she goes up there, Miss Jenny Rapier, who also goes by the name Jenny Simon. I hope that she goes up in Brazan and she tells the people, this is what all you're doing. I say it on radio. I hear it and know it's a fact. And this is how we go in and help you all. I hope that she don't play coward and hide from the people and don't run up there this evening. Don't be a coward. Go up there and speak to the people. Show you have some gastrointestinal fortitude. Go up there later. All right? I say what I have to say?
All right, man.
You
Have
good,
a
man?
good one, bro.
You good?
I'm good, always.
All right, man. Beautiful.
All right.
All right, watch. We enjoy myself too much, boy. Time nearly gone on us there. Woo, papa, yo. Now, I can't take another call. So I can't take another call there. No. I can't take another call there. No. All right, that's all the time we have for Hard Talk today, my friends. It's been a wonderful one. My name's Sheldon Scott, heading out of here. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more Hard Talk on the various stations. I'd like to thank each and every one of them. And remember, in everything you say and do it safe and secure. We want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. Love each and every one of you.
Stay up to
everybody singing one song. What is singing? Extra coming, they know who they're voting for. You have a kind of chorus they were singing. Let me hear. When they say when I get me crying. When they say when I get me.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell says his government is eager to work with all stakeholders, including trade unions, to help restore state pension.
We are saying as a government, we are working with all the stakeholders to deal with this problem urgently.
Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I am Rakisha St. Louis. State pension in Grenada continues to be a topical issue as Grenadians and trade unions clamor for it to be addressed by the Keith Mitchell-led administration. The International Monetary Fund, the IMF, promised to assist the Grenada government with pension reform earlier this year. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, during his political party's Women's Convention on Sunday, said the onus of blame rests on every Grenadian for not putting this important issue on the front burner.
Government go, government come. That issue was never dealt with. And as a country, all of us must take responsibility for this. In other words, the governments of the past, including NNP, will take responsibility. But our people, the trade union movement, the business community, all of us are guilty to some extent and not having dealt with this issue long before.
Although state pensions in Grenada ended in 1983, Mitchell's administration has given the issue top priority. Dr. Mitchell told his party supporters his government is working assiduously with all stakeholders to remedy the problem before the next general election.
So we are saying as a government, we are working with all the stakeholders to deal with this problem urgently. And we hope and pray that with the consultation taking place, that can be dealt with and a solution can be found. Not necessarily finding all the money is necessary to pay, but a solution pointing to the way forward before the next general elections is called.
Talk about it, it's okay to tell, is the message that the Alpha Junior School is sending as it dares to tackle the taboo topic of child abuse in a unique way. It's called the Break the Silence Concert and is carded for Sunday, June 4th at the Grenada Trade Center. The event, part of the school's 30th anniversary production, promises to surpass the expectations of a mere concert as it encourages children and youth to speak out about the social scourge that carries serious and long-lasting effects. Teacher Ayana Bowen explains.
Abuse is one of the topics that we tend to shy away from, but it's something that we need to make our children aware of. They must know what it is so that they can know if they are being abused, if their friends are being abused, what should they do, how should they help. So Break the Silence encourages young people to speak up, especially if they are in a corner and they're being told that they cannot speak or they should not speak. We want to empower them and give them that voice so that they can speak out and the silence can indeed be broken.
Alpha Junior's administrative personnel Lydia Penny says events like these are societal calls for all to play their role in the identification and prevention of child abuse in all its forms and falls within the institution's approach to lifelong learning.
We provide not just academics, but what we call or what we term lifelong learning, a holistic approach to education. This production coming up, it's just a broader theme to what they've already started. So they've been accustomed to speaking about it.
The Break the Silence production featuring the students of Alpha Junior School will include dance, drama, poetry, and guest appearances. The production is written and directed by Janice Martin. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell is set to address the nation this Thursday night from 8 p.m. on the heels of back-to-back glowing reviews.
The Spice Isle has a new bottled water to add to its list of refreshing beverages. Spice Natural Spring Water by the Mountain Peak Group was introduced to the market in the middle of May, and manager of the company, Mr. Aaron Hercules, says the product is already creating a stir.
So far, the reviews have been awesome. They have been wondering, this is actually water that I can drink. And it's a water I can drink. You can feel comfortable enough to do that. We have actually sold some to the pharmacies who have been using the water to mix with medications, because of the quality of the water that we produce.
According to the manager, the water drawn from the unpolluted rock springs in Windsor, St. Andrew, is considerably softer and more refreshing than other brands on the market, and he believes this will give it a competitive edge.
In terms of the quality of water, the softness of the water, and compared to what is being done locally, it is of a superior quality. We are able to produce a quality water that is unlike others on the market, I must dare say. And we know that once there is a taste, there's going to be definitely a craving and it's an encouragement to have more. Spice Natural Spring Water is currently at pharmacies, supermarkets and bakeries around the island and comes in 500 milliliter and 5-liter bottles. The Mountain Peak Group also bottles and supplies alkaline water on demand. The Ministry of Education, Human Resource Development and the Environment has declared June Deaf Awareness Month. The annual commemoration will be recognized under the theme Dare to Hear the World Through Deaf Eyes, and several activities will be held to mark the celebration. Minister for Education, Human Resource Development and the Environment, Honorable Anthony Boson, will officially declare the month open with a televised address on June 1st. This will be followed by a church service on June 4th. A sign language course facilitated by the School for the Deaf will be conducted from June 7th to the 30th on Mondays and Wednesdays, and many other activities will be held to celebrate the month. And that's the National Report. I am Rakisha St. Louis.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new National Party, NNP.
Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated. Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.